Meet Jeremy Lichtenstein. He's a top real estate agent in Montgomery County, Maryland, but in his free time, he serves another set of residents.
The food order confirmed with Costco.
Well, I've always wanted to give back to communities, and before I was even a real estate agent, would support homeless shelters and man a food bank, and would always get involved, but I never found my true niche until 2012 when I figured out exactly how I can make the biggest difference.
And that difference was through a nonprofit called KIND.
Well, it stands for Kids in Need Distributors, and we founded an organization to feed kids on weekends that are typically on the farm program, Montgomery County schools. Free and reduced meal plan for kids who can't afford food at school. And the problem is there's actually so many kids who don't have food for the weekends as well, and that's what we found out. And once we found that out, then we started trying to make a difference in the community. We were just going to do one school and 37 kids, but then once we realized how much of a problem it is, we decided to expand as quickly as we could. Approximately 2,000 kids every week, and we're in 25 schools. I would say by September we should be in close to 28 to 30. It's really a community-based organization. We're all volunteers, but what we didn't expect is how many volunteers we have. We have now close to 125.
We need more bags.
That want to provide their services to help us deliver food. Typically, we're picking up food from the distribution center, Costco, and delivering it to the schools. And then we have a bank that actually packs food and brings it to one school, and then we have other volunteers that do some packing. But typically, it's all delivery. We deliver food every 6 weeks, so our volunteers only have to deliver food every 6 weeks instead of every week. So we bring 6 weeks worth of food to the school, and the school packs it and gives it out over the 6-week period. And then what we have, the volunteers only work about 2.5 hours at that time. So it's really not a huge labor-intensive organization.
Delivery Day is a well-choreographed event that's been planned for weeks. Some schools receive up to 5 carts of food.
We go to South Lake Elementary School up in Montgomery Village, and we've been going there now for about 2 years. I did another school before that.
The satisfaction to help. I mean, I'm so blessed with whatever I have, whatever God gave me, that and there's so much need in this county, which blows my mind, that a county like Montgomery is so rich and there's so much need. And so, I have nothing better to do than to help.
They always welcome us with open arms. It's really satisfying, as my husband said.
George and Forest Elementary School. All right, good luck. Thank you. Maybe not as quick as I thought I would be.
For the kids and Jeremy. Just knowing you're feeding some kids in need, it feels good.
First delivery was 37 kids, and for 6 weekends, and then we just expanded. And then we also have a summer school program. We should be close to 800 kids for this summer.
So I'm the community school coordinator, so I do everything from after school programs to programs for parents to during school programs, food. We have a food pantry that we do every other week. We do a lot of things. But I just coordinate everything. So I bring in partners from outside, I bring in food from outside. I just ensure that all of the needs of the school are met as best as I can do.
Maybe I can do 3.
KIND is amazing because with KIND I'm feeding 175 of my children.
What do you have there?
Popcorn. And KIND sends home food every weekend, which is wonderful. And it's great because we have an 85% farms rate, so that means that most of our families are below or on the poverty line. So it's incredible to have this food to send home to them. We have some volunteer moms that come and they assist us with packing the food into bags. So we pack all 7 of the items into bags, and then I have plastic tubs that have teachers' names on them. So each teacher has maybe 8 to 10 children in their class that gets a bag. So we deliver these plastic tubs to each of the classrooms. The teachers give those bags to the students, and then the students take them home.
It's a great day.
I work with Jeremy, and through working with Jeremy in his day-to-day work, I started volunteering with Kind. And with doing that, became, okay, well, if you want, you can start with the food deliveries. Still got 2 more cars. This one's unloaded. We have the pickup, we have mine, and oh yeah, 3, sorry, 3. We have 3 more, so it's a little hot out. And it just kind of grew from there.
Kind's funding comes from different sources: individuals, businesses, government grants, and fundraising events.
I mostly help out with when there's big parties coming up. I help find silent auction items. I contact companies and just try to get as much silent and live auction items, raffles, try to get with the parties, all the people, try to get all the information out. So that's basically what I do. I just help raise the money.
Okay, well, Truman Charities we started about 9 years ago, and the idea was just basically to bring good people together and great things would happen. And so what we did is we do, myself and Wendy Caputo, and now it's evolved into family and friends that come out. We throw great parties 4 or 5 times a year, and we pick different charities. And I guess it's probably been about 5 years we've been working with Kind, and they hit all our hot buttons. It's local, they help kids in the community, and every dollar that they raise goes right into a kid's mouth.
For the longest time, the majority of all our funding came from just fundraisers and generous sphere of influence. You know, people in the community or friends and family, and everybody was sort of just trying to raise money on their own to give to us. But now we're actually getting some pretty significant grants from Montgomery County Council.
Such a valuable organization because we have too many children who are hungry. And these are volunteers that come up every 6 weeks and provide food to our school kids. And they were the ones who came to me and said, Councilmember Berliner, we have too many schools that are not participating. And so with their encouragement, I brought the school system in, and now our school system has expanded its capacity to make sure that when we have hungry school kids, that they have the resources and the food to make sure that doesn't happen.
One of the key things about it is we have very low overhead. There's no paid positions within Kind.
Oatmeal, applesauce, ramen noodle soup.
We don't store anything, so we don't need storage space or anything like that. So the amount of money that comes in goes almost entirely to the kids. I mean, we have to pay insurance and everything, but in the end of the last fiscal year that we can calculate for, over 90% of every dollar that came in went directly to the programs for the kids. And our budget's $200,000 for 2018 fiscal year, and our fiscal year goes January to December. So we sort of cut in between the school years.
Business contributions, that's what we like to see.
That's what we definitely like to see. And then there's
In 2017, Jeremy and his organization were recognized by the county government for their volunteer efforts.
I was asked 6 years ago where I thought we'd be in 3 years, and I said 900 kids we'd be feeding, and we were 1,100. So I think we'll probably be in the next 3 years, probably another 1,000 kids, close to it. So we should be up near 2,800 to 3,000 kids, and we'll just keep growing and getting more people involved.
We're in one of the richest counties in the richest country in the world. No child should have to go hungry in this county.
To learn more about Kids in Need Distributors, go to kindinmd.org.